There's been a lot of leaks over the past couple of weeks. That kind of rhymed. Lots of leaks over the past couple of weeks. Anyway, the first one we're going to talk about is the Google Pixel 5a. Now, the Google Pixel 4a, one of my favorite smartphones last year, just because of the competitive price point that it came in at. Such an easy smartphone to recommend. Like, people are like, what? I've got 300, 400 pounds or dollars. What should I go for? And it's like Pixel 4a, hands down. Easy recommendation. Pixel 5a. Now, this leak comes from very reputable leaker on Leaks, who has, been right again and again, running through some of the specifications. I mean, the design looks very, very similar to the Google Pixel 4a. Not different much at all. We've got that unibody plastic design with the fingerprint scan at the back. 6.2-inch OLED display, full HD resolution. And we've got a dual camera setup at the back though, so that's kind of similar to the Pixel 4a 5G, likely to have a primary camera as well as an ultra wide camera, single punch out for the selfie camera, a 3.5mm headphone jack, which would be awesome, and stereo speakers. So that's kind of like the base information that we have about it right now. So it kind of looks like, it was a little bit confusing last year because we had the Pixel 4a and then we had the Pixel 4a 5G. This kind of seems like, it's like the Pixel 4a 5G A, should we say, right?
I mean, like, but isn't this pretty much the Pixel 5 in just the 4a body?
Yeah, I mean, you could put it that way, but then the 4a 5G kind of seemed like that as well. It seemed like the Pixel 5, but a lighter version, so should we say? So it's kind of getting confusing on that side. But I mean, nevertheless, if they can kind of bring this in at a similar price point to what we had the Google Pixel 4a at last year, so talking around 350.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's gonna be promising, especially if they can bring two cameras at that price. And we're not talking cheapo random cameras. This is going to be Google
macro
processing. Yeah, let's not go to the macro cameras. We're going to have a whole rant about that otherwise. But yeah, I mean, if we're talking Google processing, Pixel processing at that price with those two cameras, I mean, sure, it's design wise, it's nothing drastic. Yes, the display does have a bit of a chin. The bezels are not going to be as small as, say, the Pixel 5. But I mean, it's looking promising.
No, I mean it is. I'm not the biggest Pixel fan out there. Although the 4a and the 4a, like not 4a 5G. I mean both of them, but the 4a line to me was one that I really liked. The 5, I really wasn't impressed with it. And I think going that way with the 5a, absolutely perfect. I really hope, honestly, they should do more colors than just black.
Yeah,
and I get it. I get it that we all know that black is the one that sells the most. But I think just on the advertising spectrum, it's more enticing to have the colors to bring people over, and then they buy black.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. But I think when it comes to a lower price device, for them, I think production as well, like they can offer to do a bit more funky colors for the Pixel 5, which is coming in at around 600. But when you're looking at something that's just you go out and buy it, 350, Bob's your uncle, Abdul's your uncle, whoever your uncle is, it's easy as that.
No, I mean I do hear you, except they don't sell that many Pixel 5s in the first place. So honestly, I would rather. I mean, if we do the math operations-wise, it probably makes more sense to actually add the colors, which will only cost them an extra, let's call it 25 cents per color in terms of volume on the 4A, which sells more, than on the larger one that doesn't sell much. Because remember last year, what happened to the 5 got decimated by the FE, and that had colors.
Hey, I mean, it appears more striking, and as you were saying in marketing, I mean, it keeps debranding business. It's like, hey, you've got a plain black device, let's mix it up. So swoop in, there we go. But we'll see. I mean, I'm excited. I think it's a very easy smartphone to recommend, especially at that price, because we have a lot of smartphones come in at that price. But you kind of like, will the software be good? Oh, it's going to have this, that. I mean, with the Google ones, it's going to have good cameras for that price. It's an easy one. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to hear the full podcast episode, then that will be linked down below. And if you want to see more clips like this, then be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss them. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf Speaks, and I'll see you next time.